Today our lesson is about cells. At the end of this lesson you'll be able to 1. Describe the structures of plant cell and animal cell. 2. Compare the structures of plant cell and animal cell. In this lesson we will learn the following vocabulary: organism, cell, cell membrane, cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus, mitochondria, vacuole, chlorophyll. Let us start with some definitions. What is an organism? All living things are called organisms. Humans, plants and animals are organisms. What is a cell? A cell is the smallest part of an organism that can carry out life processes. Like all living things, cells grow, move, get energy and reproduce. Cells are the building blocks for all life. What is inside the cell? Let us watch this video to know about the parts of the cell.
Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane, which separates the inside of the cell from its environment, cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are two broad categories of cells. The first category is eukaryotic cells. They have organelles, which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells, such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-enclosed organelles. They do have genetic material, but it's not contained within a nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-celled or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. So, what are organelles? Organelle means little organ. Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs to perform. Let's start with the nucleus, the control center of the cell. The nucleus contains DNA, or genetic material. Vacuoles are sac-like structures that store different materials. Here, in this plant cell, the central vacuole stores water. The mitochondrion is an organelle that is the powerhouse for both animal and plant cells. Cells that need more energy have more mitochondria. Some organisms, such as plants, that are photoautotrophic, meaning they capture sunlight for energy, have cells with an organelle called a chloroplast. The chloroplast is where photosynthesis happens. It's green because it has a green pigment called chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall outside of their cell membranes that shape, support, and protect the plant cell. Animal cells never have a cell wall.
Now let us learn about the plant cell. Plant cells have all the same parts as animal cells, however, plant cells have additional parts like cell wall and chlorophyll. Now let us learn about the plant cell. Plant cells have all the same parts as animal cells, however, plant cells have additional parts like cell wall and chlorophyll. Cell wall is a layer outside the cell membrane. It is rigid and gives plant cells strength and support. Chlorophyll is a chemical substance found inside chloroplasts. It gives leaves the green color and uses energy in sunlight to make food. The following video will show us the difference between plant cell and animal cell and will summarize our lesson.
Parts of a cell. All living things are made of microscopic units called cells. Two kinds of cells are plant and animal cells. How cells work to keep living things alive is truly amazing. Cells are made of parts called organelles. Each organelle has a specific job to perform in order to keep the cell functioning. The cell membrane is a semi-permeable layer that surrounds organelles. The job of the cell membrane is similar to a doorway. Just like a door lets things in and out of a room, the cell membrane lets materials in and out of the cell. Although the cell membrane is the outer layer of the animal cell, it is not the outer layer of a plant cell. Plant cells are surrounded by a rigid outer layer called the cell wall. The job of the cell wall is similar to that of a brick wall. Just like a brick wall gives structure and support to a building, a cell's cell wall gives structure and support to a plant cell. In fact, a cell wall prevents the plant cell from bursting when the plant absorbs water. The nucleus is another organelle inside of the cell. The nucleus can be thought of as the control center of the cell. Just like your brain is in control of your body, the nucleus is in control of the cell. However, it is the genetic material, or DNA, inside of the nucleus that determines everything about the cell. The DNA determines the type of the cell and when the cell will replicate. Vacuoles are found in both plant and animal cells. However, the size varies between the two cells. Vacuoles are storage tanks for water. Just like a water tower holds water, a vacuole stores water inside of the cell. In plant cells, you will find a large vacuole, and in animal cells, look for multiple smaller vacuoles. Another part of the cell is the chloroplast. This organelle is found only in plant cells and is the location of photosynthesis. Here, solar energy is used to create food for the plant. Chloroplasts are not found in animal cells because animals must consume food as their main source of energy. The mitochondria is an organelle that takes nutrients in, breaks them down to produce energy for the cell in the process of cellular respiration. You can think of the mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell because it makes energy. Although mitochondria are found in both plant and animal cells, the majority of mitochondria will be found in animal cells. All organelles are suspended inside of a gel-like substance called cytoplasm. Just like a gelatin dessert with fruit inside, a cell has cytoplasm with organelles inside. Plant and animal cells are both similar and different. Both plant and animal cells have a cell membrane. However, there's only a cell wall in plant cells. A nucleus can be found in both plant and animal cells along with a vacuole. Chloroplasts are only found in plant cells. Cytoplasm and mitochondria are in both plant and animal cells.
Now I need you to complete the diagram below. You have 10 minutes to finish your classwork, then you have to write the following homework in your diaries. Quick check questions in the textbook. Solve quick check questions in the textbook pages 5 and 6.